Hi Cancer, welcome to your general reading for September 2020. This is your general reading. It's for the Sun, Moon, and Rising sign of Cancer. So if you're a Cancer and you feel like this reading isn't really quite fitting for you, and if you have the time, I encourage you to check your Moon and or Rising sign, because for me personally, my readings jump around between my Sun, Moon, and Rising throughout the months. So I imagine that it's probably like that for most people, because we go in and out of the different signage on our charts. So Cancer, let's get started right away with your reading. And something interesting happened when I was shuffling. So it's really rare that cards jump out when I shuffle, and a card jumped out for you and it was the Emperor. But I always put it back because that's just not how I do my spreads and shuffling. I don't take jumpers. But then the Emperor ended up being your first card anyway, so that means that this really needed to come out. So Cancer, before I start going through each card, you are in a really intense, fast, impatient, take charge energy, which is really interesting because Cancers don't strike me as that type of person or energy, but in the month of September, there's something going on where you're in this Emperor mode. Like, you're ready to take charge, you're kicking butt and taking names, as they say. Like, you are just really intense right now. So anyways, let's break it down. The first card is how you're feeling in September. It's the Emperor, like I said. This is putting on your big person pants and, delegating responsibilities, giving orders, getting everything done, lining up all your ducks in the row. This is taking charge of a situation, okay? You could be coming off to some people as like, gosh, Cancer, like, calm down, you're being really annoying. But this is like, you're in your type A personality mode, like you are ready to get something done. So it could have, sorry, my nose itches sometimes when I start tapping into the energy. This is probably related to work, I think, for a lot of you Cancers. But not necessarily so. Maybe you're just taking charge of your household. You're like rounding everyone up and be like, okay, kids, wife, husband, dog, whatever, grandma, whoever's there, you're just like, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, and everyone's like, oh my God, like, you're really annoying. Like, people kind of get a little triggered by the Emperor energy sometimes because it's such an intense energy. But this is just how you feel right now. You feel like, maybe you feel like the year got away from you a little bit. That's coming up for a lot of you Cancers. It's been a really tough year, obviously, around the world, and especially here in the United States. You could feel like the year got away from you a little bit, and you're like, I need to use my remaining months of this year to really take charge and get things done that I need to do. So it could be with work, it could be with your household, it could be with some kind of project or role you're in. It could be with a relationship. Maybe, a relationship has just been on life support for a long time, and you're like, look, like, we need to get serious about this, and you're ready to take control in some way. And I forgot to start my timer again. That's okay. The second card you have is what you're wanting in September. It's the Two of Wands reversed. So again, you're really impatient right now. There's something that you want and you don't want to wait for it. So Two of Wands reversed is all about being cautioned against getting too impatient, because what happens is if you're too much in this Emperor energy and you're really impatient, a good beginning could go sour. Like, it's wanting to get something fast, but not really a high quality. Does that make sense? So in this Two of Wands reversed, you want something really fast. You're tired of waiting. You might have been patient and maybe even borderline like sheepish about something for a really long time, and you're like, none of that anymore. I want this thing now. I need this fixed now. I need this resolved now. Again, it could be different things for you guys. It could be job, it could be a family dynamic, whatever it is. You really want it now. So there is a caution here, Cancer, that, like I said, if you push things too much, I think you're going to turn off a lot of people around you, and you're not going to get the results you want anyway. Things need time to develop. And yeah, you might feel a little frustrated that, you've wasted a lot of months and you haven't spoke up in a while. But you have to just let things develop naturally. And you're in this energy of wanting it now, now, now. And I understand that. But there is a caution here to let things play out the way that they need to. Doesn't mean don't be in your emperor mode. It's not saying don't do that. You definitely do that. But things might not happen as fast as you want them, and don't let that discourage you, and don't let that kick you out of your emperor energy. Stay there and keep demanding and getting the things that you want. And I'm saying that to you, Cancers. I might not say that to everyone, but I just feel like Cancers don't always stand up for themselves. I feel like that's common with Cancers. So even though you might not get what you want right away, just hang in there. So the third card you have is challenges in September, and it's like the same message 3 times in a row. It's the Knight of Wands. So your challenge is being in that Emperor energy, that impatient 2 of Wands reverse energy, and the same thing with this Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is just like an explosion of energy and passion. He's in a desert with this horse that has flames on him. So, there's just a huge fire being lit, and you're wanting to move towards something really, really fast. And your challenge is to maybe not do that. Because doing that, the Knight of Wands energy it's a very erratic energy, okay? It's not necessarily all bad. It could be, very passionate and moving towards something quickly that needs to be done. But it's coming up in the challenge position, which is telling me that calm down, Cancer. Like, that's what they're telling you. Take a breath, sit down a second. Things don't need to happen as fast as you think that they do. You're in your head about, oh, well, I wasted all this time, or I finally need to speak up, or whatever. You're just being asked to calm down a little bit, because with these 3 cards in a row, it's kind of amazing. Like, you're just like, now, I want it now. So yeah, you will encounter this challenge of you being in this Knight of Wands energy, you being in this Emperor energy, and people are not maybe responding to it the way that you want. And that could discourage you. Okay? Yeah. Also, another meaning, I think it's you though, Cancer. There could be someone who's a Knight of Wands in your life who comes to you in this energy that's like super intense and passionate. It could be that, and that ends up being a challenge for you. It ends up being too much for you. But with these other 2 cards, Cancer, I feel like for the vast majority of you guys, it's referring to your energy as being this challenge where you have a fire lit under you, and you don't want to calm down, you don't want to be patient. So the 4th card you have is opportunities in the month of September. You have the 7 of Swords reversed. So this is interesting. So 7 of Swords reversed, I always see it as if someone was lying to you or doing something like shady, that it gets revealed or something gets balanced out with it. Like, they may come to you and come clean. And also it's about like the return of stolen goods, the 7 of Swords reversed. And it's not necessarily someone stole your purse or your wallet. It's not necessarily that. It could be that. But I think for a lot of you, it's, people that stole your time or robbed you of certain experiences or emotions. There's different things that people can take from us. Okay? So the opportunity in September is that someone may come to you and want to come clean about something. Someone may come to you and reveal to you that there was something that they were lying to you about, maybe, or weren't 100% truthful. Maybe they were lying by omission. And they're coming to you and be like, look, like, yeah, like I wasn't very truthful about that thing. Something gets revealed, and it might have been that you suspected it all along, Cancer, so it might not be very surprising to you. So yeah, I mean, the Seven of Swords reversed is a good card for me. It's, you know, something getting, you know, cleared out or revealed, someone coming clean about being dishonest or taking from you in some way. Yeah. So there is going to be that opportunity that comes up for you in September, Cancer. It's likely that it's someone in a romantic relationship. If it's not that, it could be someone you're at work with or a family member or a friend. But yeah, I see a really strong possibility of someone coming to you and being like, look, like, you know, I wasn't really on the up and up with that issue or that thing that we went through or whatever it is. Cancer, if it's not someone coming towards you to reveal that, it's you on your own, just in your day-to-day life. You come across something where it's information that reveals to you that someone wasn't completely honest with you. Okay? So it could be one of those two things, Cancer. Either the person comes and admits it, or you see some papers or something on the computer or something, and then you realize that someone wasn't being honest with you, and you find out that way. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It could be one of those two. So the fifth card you have is advice for the month of September. It's the Three of Swords reversed. Three of Swords is heartbreak, someone piercing you with their words. When it's reversed, it's basically the same. It's the same meaning as the upright. It's a lot of people say, oh, well, it's a little bit less severe. But Cancer, I'm seeing with this Three of Swords reversed that in that Seven of Swords reversed energy of something getting revealed to you, it does hurt you. But I also see the Three of Swords reversed as you're not surprised. Like I said, you might have seen this coming for a while. You might have suspected something being a little shady with a person or a situation. So you're hurt, but you're not that hurt because you kind of were anticipating it on the back of your mind or something. It didn't hurt you that much. But your advice, Cancer, I'm feeling is to let yourself experience what you're experiencing, feel your emotions. Sometimes Cancers can be a little uncomfortable or awkward with those deeper emotions. Like Cancers are really good at expressing other kinds of emotions, but maybe not so good at being hurt. So the advice is to let yourself feel this hurt. And Cancer, you are a person who has known a lot of sorrows. I remember from the last couple of readings that I've done for you in the last couple of months that has come up where you have dealt with a lot of crap. Also, I also see this Three of Swords reversed as a piece of advice. Traditionally, this is seen as like a divorce card, so it could be that you're being asked to maybe end a relationship that's not good. It's toxic. It's not healthy for you. So that could be the advice, is to get out of this hurt by ending a relationship that is no longer serving you. Okay, so it could be that in addition to what I already said, Cancer. So just keep that in mind. Your sixth card, which is the outcome for these energies in the month of September, is the Queen of Swords. And Cancer, you got this card, I remember, in a reading, I think in July. I don't think you got it in August. I think you got it in July. And I think you got it in a very similar position in that spread where it was some kind of outcome where you are more in your power of speaking your truth. Okay, the Queen of Swords, you might have been a little sheepish or afraid or something before, but I mean, especially with the cards that we talked about at the beginning with that Emperor energy and that Knight of Wands energy, you're not in that anymore. And it's like those energies kind of get tempered by this Queen of Swords. She's a woman who's known a lot of sorrow. She knows how to use her words to get things. It's not so much an erratic, fiery energy like the Emperor and the Knight of Wands. She's more calm, cool, and collected. She knows how to use her intellect and her words to get things instead of being super fiery and passionate. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being fiery and passionate. I'm just saying that looks like a shift that you go through in the month of September where you kind of revert back to being a little more calm, and you are, you know, dealing with a wound, and you're learning from that wound, and that wound puts us in the Queen of Swords energy, where we can, I'm going to use the word manipulate, but I don't mean it in a negative way. We manipulate situations. I mean, it could be negative for some of you guys, but we're manipulating situations in a very logical, clever way to get what we want. And that's what ends up happening, Cancer, that you kind of come out of this like fiery passion mode a little bit, and the wheels in your head are turning, and you're realizing that there's a way to do this where it doesn't waste so much of your energy, where you can be more intellectual and sharper in your mind about it, about dealing with the situation. Maybe you come off as very cold and short to a person you're dealing with romantically, and that's just because you're protecting your energy, and maybe you're just really tired of dealing with this person. And with that Seven of Swords reversed and Three of Swords reversed, I feel like you've been dealing with this person for a while, and you kind of knew something bad was going to happen or come up with them. And so you're not surprised. You've already been hurt, so it's not like a big new thing for you. So, yeah, the outcome is that you do come into this Queen of Swords energy where you're not going to let anyone mess with you, and you're going to stand your ground, and you're not going to be emotional. You're going to be very clear with your sword, with your words, about what you need to do moving forward. Cancer, I pulled an additional card to just top off the energy of the reading. You got the Ace of Swords, and I just did Virgo, and they got this card too. I think it's interesting that you guys got this card, because this fits perfectly with that Queen of Swords energy I just talked about. So this is just kind of reiterating that for you guys twice. The Ace of Swords is all about speaking your truth. Okay, but there's a choice about how we do that. Okay, we can deliver our message with the intent to harm and pierce another person, or to get our idea and thought across that we want to be understood. Okay, so how you deliver speaking your truth is going to impact how it lands, and that's what you're really being, your attention wants to be drawn to here with this Ace of Swords. So there is a need to speak your truth, Cancer, absolutely. But you're also being told how you do it will impact the outcome for you, okay? But this is a very clear message of you are being encouraged to say what you need to say. You know, don't hold it in anymore. It is the ripe time for you to get this off your chest, you know. Whatever it is. It could be in a romantic relationship. I feel like for a lot of you guys, it'll probably be that. Even though this isn't a love reading, I just read the energies that come up. Okay, so a lot of times I do a general reading and love themes come up, and that's okay. That's just the message that you need. So a lot of times you end up getting multiple love readings if your general reading ends up getting a lot of love themes. But I feel strongly here, Cancer, with this Three of Swords reversed, and the Seven of Swords reversed too, that, yeah, it's not necessarily a romantic connection, but I feel like for a lot of you, it will be that. So it's time for you to speak your truth in a romantic connection. Also, I just realized the Three of Swords reversed, like I said, it being reversed tells me that this is something you've been dealing with for a long time, or you might have seen it coming. This is also telling me that, I just lost my thought. I think what I was going to say is that you've needed to speak your truth for a long time. And maybe you were hurt in a situation, whether it's romantic or not, and you just wanted to get out of that situation. Like, you didn't even want to explain yourself or speak your truth. You just wanted to remove yourself from that situation. That's totally understandable, but there's something incomplete until you speak your truth and say your part. Which is why this energies is coming up again, because Cancer, I think there was something similar that came up for you guys in a prior reading in July and August, and it's coming up again, so it's saying that it remains unresolved. So that's your reading, Cancer. I hope it was helpful. If it resonated for you, please let me know in the comment section below. That's really helpful for me, and and also please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate that as well. Thank you so much, Cancer. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.